Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. You also have to find a way to hold your horses and not take it to the stupid. Let me tell y'all something. I understand Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson work together. If you listen to Shakur Stevenson, he refers to Terence Crawford the way AB referred to Floyd Mayweather. AB was the little bro. Floyd Mayweather was the big bro. You know, AB, athletic bastard, about billions, about bullshit too. Because for Adrian Broner, that man, if anyone is anything close to Floyd Mayweather, it'll probably be Devin Haney. Not even Adrian Broner in his prime. He did some amazing stuff. He looked amazing in the ring. But stylistically, it's probably Devin Haney. But then you come taking a look at Shakur Stevenson. Look, I get it. Shakur Stevenson's a boxer. He has some IQ. But let me tell you the main difference with Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. This is why I'm going to tell you, you can't come out here saying they're the same. Because if you hit Shakur Stevenson's not necessarily, especially if you can hit hard, he's not necessarily going to want to let his hands go. Now, when you take a look in the fight with him and De Los Santos, unfortunately, man, there was a, CompuBox history made when you look at just the amount of punches that were landed, and it's very, very disheartening. You're talking about 65, 46, 19 for Stevenson, 40, 26, 14 for De Los Santos. Those numbers are ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you what happened. He got in here and De Los Santos gave Stevenson a whole lot of respect. And then Stevenson ended up De Los Santos ended up getting his respect from Stevenson. And Stevenson didn't want no parts of that Dominican power. As a result, you can just look here for yourself and see what happened with the punches thrown and what was landed. It was really a waste of time. But this is a good example of what Shakur Stevenson will do if he's facing a tough opponent who can fight and who can touch him. He will not take the risk that he needs to take. At least he didn't in that fight. But then you come take a look at Terence Crawford. 98 as far as the punches, 98, 33 for the jabs, power punches, 65 of those. Then you take a look at Crawford with 79, 12, and 67. But this is a fight where Crawford was losing. But what this showed you is once he realized he was losing and he was getting touched, he came out and did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He immediately came out in that 10th round landing 5 or 12 power punches, putting Porter down twice, and ended up becoming the first fighter to stop him. So when people start talking about Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson are the same fighter, to that I say, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. I get it that Shakur Stevenson can box. So can Crawford. I get it that Stevenson can counterpunch. So can Crawford. I get it that Stevenson has patience. So does Crawford. I get it that Stevenson has good footwork. So does Crawford. But let me tell you the one thing Stevenson doesn't have that Crawford has is Crawford has a very mean streak in him. Crawford is a mean person. And if you hit Crawford and you hurt him, he doesn't want to box anymore. He takes all that boxing shit, he throws it out the window, and now he's ready to scrap. Crawford will walk you down. And you can see it's not even about him doing it intelligently. If he gets pissed off, you can throw your shots at him. He's blocking them, he's parrying them, but he's going to keep coming forward, putting that pressure on you, and you're going to land on him. But the thing is, they can't take what he's dishing out. And Shakur Stevenson doesn't have that. Shakur Stevenson, if he has you in a vulnerable position where it's like, okay, it's safe. It's like, I'm going to put it this way. It's like if you have a crocodile on a bridge. They always say, don't insult the crocodile before crossing the bridge, right? Because that crocodile will chomp your ass up. Stevenson's the kind of guy who doesn't want to insult the crocodile, so he can safely ease over that bridge and get to the win. Crawford's different. Crocodile tell Terence Crawford some shit about, you better not piss me off. Crawford gonna be like, oh yeah? F you, crocodile. and he gonna proceed to cross the bridge. And when that crocodile rushes his ass and look to chomp him up, Crawford gonna sit there, man, and meet him head to head. And Crawford's not gonna care. He gonna mash up, crash up with the crocodile. We call that the crocodile mash up, crash up. And I'm pretty sure 10 times out of 10, especially if Crawford turns into that southpaw stance, Crawford kicks the crocodile's ass. So I don't care what anybody says. Crawford and Stevenson are not the same. Stop saying that. But we'll have to see what Stevenson does in his next fight. Is he going to come out? Is he going to show some of those Crawford-like tendencies, abilities, the mindset I would say to not to counteract, but to kind of help to rescind his most recent performance, where a lot of fans turned their back on Shakur Stevenson because they felt that he just, ran the whole fight and didn't want to really run the risk of getting knocked out. A lot of people felt he lost that fight to Edwin De Los Santos. But it's neither here nor there now. We just have to see how Shakur Stevenson performs in his next fight. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. They aren't the same. Crawford hopefully will return to the ring soon. There's a lot going on with him. Like he has a series of directions he can go. Just got word that it sounded like there was an opportunity for him to fight in Saudi. They was talking to somebody from his team, was talking to Fundora's team, and I guess they shot that shit down. But it looks like Terence Crawford has an opportunity to go fight in that desert. My thing is just, if it's true, just take anybody over there and fight him. Let him have a little bit of name. Shit, take Lubin over there and fight him. Just go fight. Especially if you're going to the desert to make that money. But I know them guys in Saudi, they want championship fights. So that's probably what Crawford is pushing for. But, I mean, we'll see. I don't think anyone is jumping to fight Terence Crawford. Simple. And that's something else that Crawford and Stevenson have in common. Not anyone is really jumping to fight Stevenson. They say he's boring. They'll never fight him. Which there's some truth to him being, to some people, that he's a little bit boring. But this shit about not wanting to fight him because he's boring, that's bullshit. They don't want to fight him because they know fighting Shakur Stevenson is high risk. It's a high probability that their fighter won't win because Shakur Stevenson has figured out how to get the victory. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Shakur Stevenson is an amazing fighter. I do think it's important that he understands going forward. You're going to have to let your hands go. You know what I'm saying? You got to let your hands go more. But at the end of the day, the win, him winning probably matters more than letting his hands go. And it reminds me when Floyd Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto. He stayed in the pocket and traded more, and he gave the fans a little bit more excitement than they were accustomed to. And Floyd got his nose blasted off of his face, and he was getting hit with some shit that we're not used to seeing Floyd get hit with. And it's not because of anything I would say Miguel Cotto was doing. It was because of the choice Floyd made to stay in the pocket and fight. Like Manny Pacquiao would say, toe-to-toe. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.